In those days, the heaviest player you played with was what? Maybe, I'm guessing 220 or 30 pounds?
You know, I'm going to talk about my good friend Robert. He came from Bolton High, and between his junior and senior year, he went to the Marine Corps boot camp as a reserve. He came back a man. I'm talking about a man. And Robert's 215, 220?
Came back at 208.
208, yeah. And he was our starting tackle. I think the biggest one I ever played against might have been 230, 240, but we didn't. It wasn't but one or two of them. And I think our line, we probably didn't have a guy over 220, I would think. But they were quick. We could score the ball. We could run it. We could throw it. And we played, most of the teams we played against were a little bigger than we were, I think.
Today, LSU has 18 players above 300 pounds. Game's changed quite a bit.
It has. These kids are faster. I sat a couple of years ago, I told this story. About 10 years ago, I was on the plane. I looked across. It was Joe Theismann who was sitting there. And I introduced myself and I told him, you know, I had not played, but I saw the Notre Dame game that they stole from us. We kind of laughed. He said, yeah. He said, y'all are trying to play, y'all are like trying to play against 11 Tasmanian devils. He said, we were very, very lucky to win that ball game. But it was funny. I said, what do you think the biggest change in the game is today? And he talked about hydration. Being hydrated allowed these kids to work harder, longer, get bigger, stronger, faster. And but he said, you know what, George, they're not any tougher. And I believe that. You know, if we laid on the field, if we had an injury back then, and this was, it wasn't just our year, it goes back to the history of football. Unless you are serious injury, you better get your tail off that field and not cost us a timeout. So,
Did you have concussions?
what? I can't remember. I'm sure we did. We have a couple of players that are fighting it today. We had the old suspension helmets. We were taught to tackle someone by putting our head, not like this, but putting our head in someone. But I don't recall any serious head injuries from our players. But concussions, it's part of the game. The game gave us a lot, and I think every young man that's played the game at the college level, and certainly those going on, most of them will say they're glad they did what they did, in spite of what the circumstances may be. I know I am, and I think I've been fortunate to keep my mind sharp, keep my body sharp.
You ended up going to law school, and back in the day, about half of the freshman class would flunk out at LSU's law school, and you stayed the course.
I did. We had some. We lost a couple of great players because of grades, and we had a good tutoring system, and you had to work hard at it. But I was lucky enough to get in law school, and we have one of my other good friends, Lottie Miles. He was a wide receiver. He's in law school. Was in law school with me.
Yesterday we were on the air together, and after the show I got a question from a listener about Terry Bradshaw, and the listener said that he actually signed with LSU and he would have been a teammate of yours on that 69 team. Is that true?
I got a good Terry Bradshaw story. I got called, I don't know if it was Coach Mack or one of the coaches, that Terry was in town and he was studying for his test, his ACT test, called. And this was the last night, and would I mind getting a date for Terry and myself? We could have a good meal and then go to the movies where he could, relax. Basically, the hay was in the barn, so try to get some relaxation. So we met at it was called the White House Inn, down. He was staying there, and
Where was it?
it was White House Inn was along the river. The big hotel. Headed, I guess we headed north past the present Hilton Hotel. So I do remember Terry saying, we got there and he said, coaches said we can eat anything or anything we want. So I'm thinking of steak back then was the best thing. I ordered a steak. I forgot what the young ladies ordered. Terry ordered 4 hamburgers. So what you see with him, we'd have certainly loved to have Terry, but we had some good quarterbacks. Mike Hill threw that ball as well as anybody. Buddy Lee was a decent quarterback, and of course we had Bert Jones coming right behind that. Bert was a freshman, so Terry would have been a great teammate. I don't know if we could have done any better with him. I like the guys we had.
But he didn't score high enough on the ACT. Is that what happened?
4 times, I think. Could he coach 5? He's such a he's so fun to watch. He's pretty quick-witted on TV, but I don't think Terry in the books did very well.
We've had a sterling career in business. Been involved with Jim Bernhardt. How's that going?
It's good. I went to work with Jim in 1990. We took the company public in 93. It was one of the biggest companies in Baton Rouge for many years. We sold it publicly traded, sold in 2013, and then we formed a company called Bernhardt Capital, which would probably do the same thing. I know in Louisiana now we probably have over 5,000 employees and about 25,000 here in the United States.
How much of your success is attributed to the time you spent here?
99.9. LSU is a special place. When you get on this campus, it's a place that you're, if you're an athlete particularly, you're just it's special, and people treat you special. It's been, I'm glad I didn't go to Tennessee.
You still go to all the games?
Oh yes, yeah, I go to all the games. I did miss the Chattanooga game this year, but I go to most of them, and I go to at least one away game a year. I've been to every stadium in the SEC, and I'll be there tonight.
Thank you, George Bevan.